Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Stitcher. My name is Megan. You can find me on Instagram as the Seattle Stitcher, on Ravelry as Seattle Stitcher, and you can email me at theseattlestitcher@gmail.com. As I say, you are all very, very welcome here. Again, just to mention that I have changed, of course, my Instagram and Ravelry name to match my YouTube name, so everything is the Seattle Stitcher now. But if you're having a hard time finding me, I always have my social media links in the down bar below, so you can check it out there. I like to pretty much just start with my starts and get right into the stitching and save all the life stuff and extra things at the end. So if that's your jam, then stick around. So I have not been doing very much stitching. I really injured my wrists somehow. I think I was doing other crafting, and I think I might have done a little too much extra crafting. And so I haven't had much stitching time, but the time I have had, I've been trying to use to work on a new start of mine. This is the Guardian of the Sea by Dimensions. This is an out-of-print kit, but I will say, I know what you're thinking. No, it's not, Megan. Luca S. has that kit. Yes, they do. But I have seen this one stitched up. I think I found it on a Reddit post, and that's what like sent me over the edge. Like, I have to have this kit kind of thing. And what did it is this one is very pink. Like, the sky here is so vibrant and very realistic looking. It looks like a true sailor sky, where it's like that pink salmon tones and the purples. And it was like breathtaking. I was so gorgeous, and I have to have it. And the thing that I noticed about the Luca S one is that the colors are much more muted. Not any less stunning or beautiful, but much more muted. And that is just not the palette I wanted. This house is like pink. And it's serving Barbie Dream House. It's serving Barbie by the Sea. Sailor Ken. I don't know. I'm here for it, okay? And I needed to have this version of the kit. Luckily, my dad, I was asking him, like, how do you use eBay, and like, how do you set up an account on eBay and all that? Because I never bought something on eBay. I've never bid for something on eBay. And he bought this for me on eBay. He like was up early in the morning bidding on this, and he won it, man. I love my dad. He's awesome. So yeah, I did start this one. One thing I did do was, it's of course a dimensions kit. So they come on those like long strips of, I don't even know, like a floss card situation, but it's not at the same time. And I do not love those. I don't think it's a great method for like a long-term stitch like this full coverage piece. So I have just gone ahead and put the threads on these little floss cards. I get these on Amazon. I think they're like a 10 pack, very affordable in my opinion. But yeah, I just took 3 of them and I made a little, pack of my own. So I just copy down the numbers for the color key and thread them on here. These are the dimensions threads, and I will say something about them. They like don't want to stay tightly knotted to the card. So I'm not sure why, but every time I pull it out, I'm like pulling the threads to retighten them, which is so strange, but you can tell they don't stay tight, especially there, just they don't want to stay tight. So I think the threads are just really smooth, but I do like the Dimensions threads. I thought that they were DMC, but they're not. Dimensions has their own brand. But yeah, really love this. It's been great and a fun stitch. I think it's on 16 count, 2/2. Again, all called for, so nothing has changed from the kit itself. And here is my progress. So I did do a center start, which put me in the lighthouse, which I was super excited about because I knew that was going to be all that pink. And I also wanted to move over into the vines that are up the lighthouse because I knew that was going to be a lot of confetti. And I just love it. And honestly, it hasn't even been too confetti heavy. It hasn't been too bad at all. I'm really, really enjoying it. You can obviously see I've gone over this way and started building up the house. But such a fun stitch. It's so pretty. The 2/1 on the, I think 16 count Ada's in here. I'm not quite sure. I don't know where it says it on these kits, but it's just so pretty. Oh, it's a 14 count. I'm surprised. It doesn't look like a 14 count to me because it doesn't look blocky to me. And a lot of the time when I stitch on 14 count, especially my magic needle stuff, up close, it does look blocky. From far away, you don't get that pixelated blocky feel, but up close, you kind of do. And I feel like that's a realistic thing to say, but with this, I don't feel that way at all. Yeah, sorry about all these hanging threads, but yeah, love this kit. Again, got it off of eBay. My dad did for me, which was so nice of him, and I really just wanted to start it. So yeah, got that one going. The next thing that I worked on was, sorry, you're going to be able to hear Malachi in the background. He is not much of a napper, and so because of that, he just doesn't sleep very much, and it is what it is. So anyways, the next thing I worked on was this kit here, which is a magic needle kit. I think I got this from My Bobbins, and if I didn't get it from My Bobbin, then I probably got it from an Etsy shop called Wizardy. I tend to find all of my magic needle kits between the two of those. So this one is sunflowers and rowan berries. And I'm using all the called for, 14 count Aida that came in the kit, plus the called for threads. I love these threads. They're so nice and so smooth. I even like the little kind of cardboard floss situation here. I don't have any struggle with this. I think they're really easy to use. Love that. And I don't know if I have a picture of where I was last time, but if I do, I'll pop it on the screen. And let me see which direction this goes. I don't quite remember. It goes this way. Here is where I got to. I just love it so much. It looks so good. The colors look amazing. I love that it's not really super confetti heavy or anything. A lot of the time I'm able to just kind of work the thread over and finish it off somewhere else because it's close enough by. That's kind of the nice thing about these floral kits is that a lot of the time you are able to complete your thread and you don't have all these extra little strange size bits because it does get wasteful when you have just a piece this long. That's only going to get you a couple of stitches, but that's still a couple of stitches you could have gotten. And I'm always worried with these kits when it comes to floss. I try to be as conservative as possible, but I also know that, to be fair, I think I could probably color match any color to a DMC, so I'm not too worried about it at the end of the day, but I am conscious of it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I love this. I love sunflowers, so I think this piece is beautiful. Not really sure where I'd even put it up or when I'll put it up, maybe in the fall time. I think this will be pretty. But I love this. It's just so fun to stitch on, and it looks really realistic. Like, I think that the sunflower petals here, it's really coming together that this is a sunflower. It's gorgeous. Then that kind of dark crescent around the center of the sunflower itself. Oh, it's so pretty. It's just such a good one. And this is the full size of the piece on the fabric, so it's not too big. And I did do a center start, which is my usual nice little center start. When it comes to the kits, at least, when I'm starting like a sampler or a Quaker or whatever, I always start in the upper left-hand corner, but for some reason with these, I always start in the center. One thing I will say with this kit is, let me show you guys. There's some area, there's some area down here where it is kind of spilling out of the photo. I don't think I'm going to do that. It just doesn't speak to me, and I think it makes the piece almost look a little bit more vintage, like 90s. So I think I'm just going to tight frame it and cut it right at the edges. And I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. Or alternatively, I find a DMC thread that's very similar and I continue this background stitching up to the edges. But I don't know how that's going to fit overall in the piece. Like I don't know how much border I'm going to have, how much salvage there is. I forget what that's called. I don't remember how much margin. I don't know. I don't know how much extra there is on the fabric on the sides. So anyways, I think I'm going to tight frame it and kind of just X out the little bits that are sticking over. Just personal preference and style preference. And, that's just my opinion on it. I don't think it looks bad, though. I think it's a beautiful piece. But it'll also save me a little bit of stitching time if I do cut that out completely versus refilling in all that background. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure, maybe by the time I get to that point in the stitching, which could be a couple years from now, I completely change my mind and I decide I'm going to stitch this whole thing. It's so pretty. I have to do it, that could totally be possible. I think it'd be a beautiful stitch either way. The next thing I worked on was my cheer project, and this I work on twice a week at cheer practice with my daughter. I will say I have not been able to stitch at cheer practice in a while. My 8-month-old son is just not having it. So this is Autumn Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews. I am working up this one on Brown Sugar Ada. It's a 20 count, and I'm using the Roxy Flossco conversion, and it is just gorgeous. So here's the conversion, first of all. Stunning, beautiful, love it so much. Loving the threads, very nice to work with. I also feel like you get a decent amount of thread in this, 7.3 meters, 8 yards. So that's pretty good, you know? That's like a DMC. Yeah, I love that. Good quantity amount of thread for the value. And I'm not sure if I have a picture of where I was on this one last time because I just bring it out at practice. So I don't really remember. But I think I went down here and I just started doing a little bit more on this pumpkin, but not very much at all. You guys know though, I show you everything, even the little tiny bits. Yeah, that is where I got to. Again, this is Brown Sugar Ada on a 20 count. I absolutely love it. 1/1 on the 20 count. It's gorgeous. I love this piece. It's going to be a focus piece for me next year. I'm doing a rewatch of the Peaky Blinders with the girls, and I don't know if everyone's going to rewatch it, but I think most of us are. So every episode, I'm going to pull this out and work on it because my daughter's cheer ends this weekend. Is the last the last game day. And so winter cheer, they haven't found a coach yet. And so that means that maybe there won't be winter cheer, which sucks. But also at the same time, I could spend an hour watching Peaky Blinders, make my husband watch the kids for that hour, and I will stitch on the couch. And so that is my plan for my new little stitchy project. The next thing I worked on, and the last cross stitch piece I worked on, is the drawn thread Welcome Halloween sign. I love this chart. It is so cute. I'm stitching this 2/2 with my own called for conversion, or sorry, not called for, my own conversion. I just did like a random mix mash of colors from Stash, DMCs, plus one color in cotton. And I just pretty much looked at the colors and was like, all right, that's close enough. This is close enough. That's, and I'm doing it 2/2 on flax and a 32 count linen. So here's my conversion. Like I said, mostly DMC, one color in cotton. This is called Warning Sign. It's what I did the pumpkin in. Super fun color. And here is where I got to. So I went in here and I started filling in, I did the outline of the O, and then I started filling in the moon. I was really hoping that I would get more done on this, but my wrists have been bothering me so much that I just couldn't manage to stitch most days out of the past 3 weeks. And then my needle minder on here, because I'm sure that someone's going to ask, because it is amazing. Let's face it, that's the coolest needle minder I've ever seen. It is from the Historical Sampler Society. They have a monthly subscription box that they send to me. So kind of them. And that was the October needle minder. It is so cute. I love it so much. I honestly might add a couple more magnets to it so that I have extra spaces to hold needles. I love it so much. But yeah, I love it. It looks so good. I am saving all of the back stitching to the end because I have an 11x17 Q-snap and this will fit in that. And I can do all the back stitch in one go rather than having to move my hoop around. So yeah, saving that to the end, but I love this. It's so cute. I'm really bummed I wasn't able to get it finished. I have an idea to finish it on. So if you go to Michael's or Joann's, they sell like little styrofoam like wreath bases essentially. And so it's a little round circle, and I'm planning to get one that's smaller, do a flat fold finish of this, have that mounted to the center, and then do a ribbon wreath. So I'm just going to take like Halloween fabrics, trims, ribbons, like some tulle ribbon, that kind of thing in like maybe oranges and purples and blacks, and do a little wreath and hang it probably just up on the inside of my door. So I'm hoping I can get this one finished by next year because obviously I don't have very much left at all. Just a couple more letters and the fill in of this and then backstitch and I'm done. I really wanted to get it done. I'm so bummed that I didn't, but my hands have been hurting so bad, which I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to with, just joint pain in general. It sucks when you're going through it. So yeah, sympathies if you are in the same boat. Okay, sorry for the pause in the video. I reheated my coffee and then got Malachi a little bit more settled. He was getting kind of grumpy. I don't know where I left off, but I do have one other start. It's just so small that I should probably shouldn't even mention it. But I do want to mention it because I love the designer so much, and I love the Sal, the person who's hosting it. So Annie over at Needle in the Hay XOXO, I will link her channel down below. She's an amazing floss tuber, and she has a beautiful Instagram account if you want to check it out. But she started a Sal for her birthday, so happy birthday to Annie. But she started a Sal with I'm thinking of the fabric designer. This is Jessica, but it's Jed X Stitch. Sorry. I'm thinking of XJU Designs, which is the fabric designer. So Jed X Stitch over on Instagram, and then her Etsy shop as well. I will link down below. But she also has a Flosstube. I'll link that as well. She is a local designer to me and just does absolutely amazing patterns. So I purchased this one to stitch for the birthday Sal, which was like a Jed X Stitch themed Sal, I suppose. And this is Poison Apple Tree. I just really loved it. I love the colors and I don't know, this like kind of 70s vibe. I don't know. It's just fabulous. So I did do all of the called for DMCs and I love it. Oh, these colors are so unique and different. And I just feel like Jed X Stitch has something that I haven't seen before. I don't know what it is, just so different, so unique, and I really, really enjoy their designing. So, like I said, I'll link the Etsy shop as well as her Flosstube channel down below because I haven't been watching. But as I said, very, very small start. I have a top center start. My hands have just been hurting so bad that I have not really been stitching very much at all, which is unfortunate, but such is life. It happens. And so this is the colorway Olympia. And this is a Atomic Ranch fabric, I believe. And it's a 40 count. I'm doing 1/2 on the 40 count. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It looks so good. This is just a scrap that I had left over. And so I love that I will get another piece out of it. Not sure when I'll pull this one back out, but I'm happy to have it started and to be supporting that amazing designer as well as to be partaking in a Sal hosted by Annie because I just love her. She's fabulous. Yeah, that's all of the stitching that I have actually. I do have some Happy Mail as well as some purchases. So the Happy Mail I got was actually these awesome 3D printed thread holders, thread cards, I guess is what these are called. I'm not really sure. Thread card, I believe. So these are amazing. She sent me 4 of them, plus some little floss bobbin or floss drops. They're in my basket as well. I just don't want to dig around for them. But yeah, these are awesome. I'm super excited to give these a shot. I know I'm going to love them because they're a good thickness. They're not too thin. And they kind of have a little bit of a texture to them. You'd think, oh, that's not good because your threads are going to snag, but it's smooth enough to where your thread is not going to snag on it, but also like grippy enough to where your threads aren't going to get loose in every single hole. In the little hexagon, there's this line here, and I love that because you can put your extra thread in there. I think that's genius. So I'm excited to give these a shot and start using them. I just haven't yet because I haven't really been stitching. Unfortunately, my hands have been hurting so bad. They're doing a little bit better now though, so thank goodness. The next thing that I purchased for myself was this kit. This is a Realize kit. And if you are a big art lover, you might recognize this piece because this is a Renoir painting. That's one of my favorite artists of all time. I love pretty much all of their artwork. Amazing, just beautiful painting. Beautiful painter. So anyways, I love this Still Life with Roses. I think this is what this is called. Okay, Bouquet of Roses after P.A. Renoir's painting. Yeah, so Bouquet of Roses, which is the Still Life, and I absolutely love it. It's a Realize kit. I got it off of Amazon. I couldn't find it anywhere else, to be honest. I think I found it on Etsy in a couple of places, but it was way more expensive. And so, yeah, excited about it. Look at those pretty fall colors. I think I'll start this soon because it's just so autumnal, and it's gorgeous. So excited about that one. Besides that, I haven't really been doing much else. I did a little bit of knitting just on a hat for my friend Brittany, but honestly, that was like the first week since I filmed last, just because my hands have been hurting so bad. So I think what happened, I'll move on into life stuff now. So if that's all you stuck around for, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I will say I am going to the Jingle Ball. So if you guys want to leave me a Christmas themed emoji, just to show me that you've watched thus far, thank you so much. Leave me a little Christmas themed thing. And I hope that I catch you guys at the Jingle Ball because that would be the most important life update. So I'll move on into life stuff from there. Again, thanks so much for watching. But if you are interested and want to stick around, then thank you for sticking around. So first of all, like I said, I am going to Jingle Ball. I'm super excited. I did buy a sweatshirt. I will say, it said to size up. I'm in between a size small and a medium right now. I'm a size 6, so if anyone is wanting to know what size to get in their sweatshirt because they have not bought yet, I bought the crew neck pullover. I'm 5'2", like I said, and I sized up to a size large thinking that because I'm between a small and a medium, I might want a large. I would say don't size up to a large, get the medium because like it's so big that I had to cuff and I have to tuck the underpiece all the way up under. So if you're about my size, get a medium, not a large. Unless you like really oversized, because this is very comfy. And I still think it's cute, you know? So anyways, love that. Love this design style. Like, this is amazing. So shout out to Stephanie, because slay. Like, boots off, girlfriend. I don't know where you came up with this, but I'm loving it. I'm vibing with it. I'm here for it. I just so cute. All the other designs were so cute too. I had a hard time picking, but I thought this one was just adorable. I loved her, so I had to get her. And I got the colorway Bone as well, if anyone's interested. I'll link the Jingle Ball merch shop down below. So from there, let's see, what have I gotten into in the past 3 weeks? So Mr. Malachi is 8 months old now. He can crawl and he also can pull himself up on things to stand and like walk over while holding on stuff all by his own now, which is crazy. He's been doing that for about a month. So since he turned 7 months, he's been crawling. That's been tricky because he obviously just needs to be watched all the time. So that's a fun, exciting update in baby life, but he is just very grumpy all the time, you know, that teething phase, that sleep regression, all of it. We're going through it. I'm not getting very much sleep at night, and yeah, he's telling you, he's got things to say. So, yeah, it's been hard, and so just struggling with that as a mom who works and, you know, takes care of the kids in the house and stuff, the usual. A lot of you guys can relate to that and understand and remember what it's like, or you're going through it now yourself. So yeah, I'm here with you in the trenches, girl. I feel you. From there, though, rewinding the clock to start off where we were last time I filmed. So that weekend, I decided that because my dad, he sponsored my daughter's cheer team to buy them all matching jackets. So I designed their jackets. They decided to name themselves the Little Swifties, which was so cute. And so I designed them a little emblem with the matching back piece and everything. And my dad purchased them all jackets for the whole team. It was so cute. They were so appreciative, so happy. But because they called themselves the Little Swifties, I had the grand idea that I should make them bracelets. So I knew that having these friendship bracelets was a huge part of the little, like, I don't know, the little Swifties grouping thing. So I decided on there was like a Amazon Prime Day. So on Prime Day, I bought a bunch of beads and like 3mm seed beads, as well as the like little letter beads. I had bought all these seed beads on the Prime Day, and I got a pretty good deal on all that stuff. I bought like double the amount that I would need so that Amira could have beads for the future, because I'm sure that she'll want to make bracelets for everyone. So there's like 18 girls plus the 2 coaches, plus I made extras for Amira's friends just at school. I'll pop a picture on the screen of the bracelets. They turned out so cute. I really, really liked them. They're absolutely adorable, and it was such a fun thing. But I think that I flared up some issues with my wrists, and so that's what caused the pain in my joints. And sorry, now because bouncing up and down. But that was a struggle, because then the following 2 weeks I barely stitched because I was in so much pain, which was really hard, because then that week at work, my husband he's a superintendent for a construction company. So realistically, he doesn't need to be actually out there doing construction, right? But he is very hands-on, and I think that one of the guys just needed help with something, and it involved a sledgehammer, and Daniel sledgehammered his finger on accident and split it right in half. And so he has a broken finger on his dominant hand. So between him having a broken finger on his dominant hand and then my hands being so sore, oh man, it was a struggle, like changing diapers and chasing after the kid and, you know, holding him, and oh gosh, it was a struggle. But, you know, we're getting through it. He's healing up okay, and hopefully it continues to heal well, because they said that if it doesn't heal well, they will just amputate the top of his finger off, which he said he'll be very upset about. Not funny, but Oh man. And then from there, we decided, not last weekend, but the weekend before, I want to say, we decided we wanted a new couch. And we had already planned to like get a couch around Christmas time. And that was like our plan. You know, couches are expensive. Pre-plan for that stuff. That's a big purchase. And so we Daniel, one of his job sites was out by this bunch of different furniture stores, but there was like a furniture store that had a bunch of couches, like relatively good prices. And so we ended up finding a couch there and absolutely love it. Huge sectional with a nice ottoman, and I'm in love. I'll pop a picture on the screen about all that fun stuff. Of course, I'll have had photos up this whole time while I'm talking about all the different things we've been up to. And so that was really fun. I love it. It looks really good. My husband's about to walk through the door now. So if you hear some noise and I can't cut it out, that would be it. Okay, I don't know where I left off. I think I was talking about us buying the sofa. So I got the sofa. We got that delivered. It was great. It was really funny though, because they delivered it and it's like, you know, the two main pieces, but then there's a corner piece and the ottoman. So it was a 4-piece, and they only brought 3 pieces of the couch. So they brought the 2 main pieces and then the ottoman, and they left out the corner piece. So the next day they had to come back and re-deliver the corner piece, which was fine. And then we got a huge mirror as well delivered for the front entryway, because I'm redoing the entryway right now. I'm still working on finding some different art pieces, but I need to go shopping in person. And in the weekend that we got the couch, I sprained my ankle, so I couldn't end up go shopping to look for artwork because my ankle was hurting so bad, it was so swollen. So that was fun. And then that same week, my husband, he was taking out the garbage. It's like late at night, because we have a trash service that comes and picks up our garbage from our doorstep every single day. And so we put it out at night. And while my husband, he always takes it out to the can outside and leaves the door open behind him. We have an all black cat. His name's Binks. And unfortunately, Binks slipped out the door. At that time, it was pitch black. Daniel didn't know, didn't see him. And we found him a couple of days later. Daniel did, on the side of the road, and he was already gone. So that was really, really hard. That was 2 weeks ago now. And so we struggled with that, and telling Amira and everything is really tricky. So hard, because it's her the first time she really, you know, was connected to an animal, and it was just really, really hard. A hard time for all of us, to be honest. I think my husband took it the hardest because he really, really loved that cat. It was his cat for sure, and so that was upsetting. And like I said, redoing the entryway, ended up getting a shoe cabinet, put that all together, put up some artwork that I did have and have been slowly purchasing. And that's when I like had purchased some of the other things too, like this kit, because I'm thinking this will look really good with the mix of stuff that I have right now, and it'll be kind of like that pop of color that the area needs, because right now it's a lot of like browns and golds and stuff, so very 70s, but I like it. I'll pop a picture on the screen. But yeah, did all of that. This week, tomorrow, is Amira's last game for fall cheer, and we'll move on into winter cheer, and hopefully that'll be a fun experience, and we'll have a good time doing that. Just kind of, you know, living life, hoping my hands get better, and they do feel pretty good today, so I'm going to stitch if I have time, but we'll see. I have to pick up Amira from school, so it's always a trip and a half, right? Parent drop off and pickup line. Very exciting. Halloween just happened yesterday. That was absolutely amazing. We drove out to my parents' place, and we go trick-or-treating out there every single year, and have since Amira was very little. She was like 1 the first year that we went around, and it was so fun. My mom always decorates, just goes all out, and so it was really fun. They had a good time, and we had pizza, went trick-or-treating, and now Amira's at school today. So tired because she went to bed so late, because they're quite a bit of a drive from us. So yeah, it's always a blast though. It's like such a fun thing to do every year, because my mom and I are both like big Halloween lovers. My dad too. He really likes like the Day of the Dead kind of style of stuff, and so yeah, it's just always a fun time. My parents watched Malachi while we took Amira out trick-or-treating, and it was great. My grandma, she's doing pretty good. She's at home. She's able to be on her own right now, so that's amazing. Sorry, Malachi's in his playpen over there. You probably hear him. But yeah, just living life, doing the things, being a mom, you know, it's overwhelming sometimes, and that's hard, but it's part of life, and it's, you know, new challenges. Kind of you forget with all the years between my kids. I think I forgot what it was like to have so many sleepless nights, and I'm definitely remembering now. but trying to enjoy it and appreciate what I can when I can. And yeah, not really sure when I'm going to be filming next. I'm hoping that I can upkeep in the schedule, but who knows? Malachi is just really struggling, so I'm not sure how much stitchy time I'll have, or if I'll even have time to film, because he is the master of cat naps. Like 3-minute nap, he's good for another 3 hours. So yeah, we'll see. But anyways, yeah, as you can see, I already took down my decor for Halloween. Today's the 1st of November, so we gotta pre-plan the Christmas stuff, okay? We're ready. If you've watched thus far, though, please do leave me a little Christmas-themed emoji. Are you guys like ready for it, or are you like someone who absolutely loves Thanksgiving and you're like, no, we celebrate Thanksgiving first around here? Because I will say I'm excited about Thanksgiving. I've been talking to my mom about smoking a turkey. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking I might do it. Big plans. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful next couple of weeks. Hopefully I'll be back then. If not, you know why. It's because the kids are just crazy. And, sorry if I don't get back to you in messages as well. It's a really busy season, and I'm working, taking care of the kids and all that stuff. And so I just can't right now. And that's okay. But anyways, hope you have a good one. I'll catch you next time. Bye. Oh, this isn't an octagon. What is this? Octagon is 8. This is a 6-sided. Hexagon. What are you doing? What are you doing? Wait. Yeah. Woo. Kids love to dance. Yeah, he love to dance. Dance. Anywho,